algorithm's anything like mine, you've probably heard this snippet going crazy over your favorite baller's football edit.
In this life I gotta get rich, I can't be broke. I was asking favors and everyone telling me no. Wait till the tables turn, we'll see who stays or goes. I don't wanna be outside, I need someone that can keep me home.
Kidwild's recently been going from strength to strength, releasing his On The Radar freestyle, Indecisive produced by my guy GW, and Go Ghost produced by the pioneers of this jazzy hood trap sound, ISO Howj production. With over 10k usage of his sound and a pending nemzzz feature, you already know what this song's gonna do when it drops. But how did Kidwild manage to make a sound that went so viral and sound so crazy? Me personally, I think this could be broken down to Kidwild's talent and the melody and the drums behind the beat. So ahead of this song's release, I thought it was only right for me to do a breakdown of a beat in a similar vibe to Redemption. And like with all my beats, I started off by making a melody. Although these chords might look and sound complex, trust me, it's very, very easy to make. It's essentially a 4-1 chord progression, which means I'm using the 4th degree of the scale and the 1st degree. I removed the 3rd, which is the 3rd note of each of the chords, and pitched it up. And I've also used passing notes, which are essentially notes next to the 3rd note of the chord, and used notes within the half step to create that more dissonant kind of jazzy sound. So to fill out the melody a bit more, I decided to add in a Rhodes which played the same chords as before. I strummed them and slightly inverted the notes just to give it a slightly more different feel. To really capture the vibe of Redemption, I then decided to go into Luke Garden's kit and grab this vocal stem. And finally, to put the melody all together, in Redemption you can hear an almost cinematic string sample. So for me to capture the same feeling of that sample, I decided to once again go into the Luke Garden kit and grab this cello stem. And once again, to give the sample a bit more of that cinematic feeling, I decided to add in some strings, which once again play the same chords, the 4-1 chord progression that I mentioned before. Also in the sample of Redemption, you can hear that the sample is slightly sidechained, so I decided to add in a shaper box sidechain and slightly decrease the amount, just to give it that same sort of sidechained effect. And altogether, this is what the melody sounds like. I then decided to move on to the drums. This snare sound comes from the Slippery Haze hood trap kit. Go show him some love, he's recently come back from a big surgery, so happy to see that my guy's posting again. And once again, this is essentially playing a hood trap snare pattern, nothing too crazy, just a triplet pattern. I then decided to add in these hi-hats. Once again, with the bounce for these beats, you can keep it quite simple, but I like to kind of give my beats a bit more flavor, so I decided to add in these hi-hats. I decided I wanted the beat to have a bit more bounce, so I decided to add in more percussion. The key to these sorts of beats is simplicity. So when you add your percussion to a beat like this, try to listen for the pocket and feel the bounce. Also, in the beat for Redemption in the snippet, you can slightly hear the Cash Cobain stomp. So I decided to subtly add that in during certain parts of the beat. I also added in this 808, which essentially follows the bass notes of each of the chords. I also decided to add in this bass line, which once again follows the root note of the chords. Here's what all the drums sound like together. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's the full beat. I know I took a long hiatus before. The 50 Cent tutorials are coming soon. I decided it's only right, given the fact that there's a lot of UK talent that's bubbling right now, and I feel like it's going to be a big 2025 for the UK underground. So I decided to show some love to the scene. But the 50 Cent tutorials will be back soon. And yeah, more content coming for real. Got big plans for the channel over 2025. Love.